Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode. Today we are going to finish up a couple things for the kitchenette. The first thing, to get this door fitted, I need to have a lip on the inside so that our inset door has something to stop on. So I have this piece. It was one that we were going to use for our upper cabinets in the past for the face frame, but ended up having to scrap it because it was so wiggly. The spot where it's going to have to fit in here, I measured out to be about 32.5 to 32.25 inches. I'm going to do it to 32.5 just to see where it sits, and then if we need to shave off a little bit, we can. The second thing we're going to do is put on this piece of countertop to extend out our counter. I bought some of these wall brackets that lock into place, so they'll be able to sit on there and then drop down and then hang, pretty much nice and flush out there. Measuring it out, I think we still have a decent amount of room to fit through. I don't think it'll be awkward to have it, kind of sitting into the space. So the first thing I want to do today though is get this out of the way, get this cut and then painted white to match the cabinet. So let's go ahead and do that. I cut that off to 32.5 inches. I got my pencil. Slight mark there. Like I said, it was somewhere in between the quarter and the half mark. So we'll go ahead and get that. There we go, yes. Perfect fit, holy crap. So like I said, for that door, it'll be able to, the hinges are on this side, close right into where this board is. I'm going to pocket jig it in the bottom. You can see I already have holes on that side because this, like I said, was for our upper cabinets. I'll just have to pocket hole some up to the top, and this will actually be flipped around so I can actually do it from the inside. So this piece is dried. I put one coat of primer and then one coat of paint on it. I figure it's in the cabinet, it won't be that big a deal if it gets dinged up. So I'm going to go ahead and get this screwed in. I actually put two pocket holes in the side. You're not usually supposed to put them through the side of a piece of wood, but I figured that'll give it some added rigidity in there. And so then I'll do two pocket holes into the frame on the top and bottom. So I'll go ahead and do that now. I took all the water jugs and gray tank out of there just so I can fit inside of there if I need to from the inside. It'll be kind of a weird angle to work in, but we'll get it done. So the door fits in there perfectly. I'm not going to close it all the way right now because I'd have to push it from the inside. So the next thing we got to figure out is placement for our Southco pop latches. So we got the ones that when you pop them out, they still stay shut. So you have to twist it to open. If you can see that latch there. We have this little catch that needs to be screwed into the side of this. And then this will be on the door and pop through that to latch. We got to figure out the placement that it's going to be on the door. We have a 1 1/4 bit to drill a hole out for it. We just got to figure out that spacing, how far over it needs to be, and we'll go from there. Well guys, I took the measurement of what this inside piece is. So the center of this, the center of the hole is supposed to be 1.5 inches from where you put on this piece. So I was trying to take away this basically 3/4 of an inch and then move that 1.5 over. The problem is there's a little bit of a gap on the door, so I think I have it where it should be lined up. So we're going to go ahead and take a 1 1/4 Forstner bit and drill out that hole there. I figure I want it about 1/3 of the way down the door. I decided to look over the schematics again. If You can see that. I'll throw it up on the screen so that you can. So the 1.5 inches that I'm seeing, I don't know why they have to put it where it is how far it is from the edge of this to the bottom. And you actually have to have it 1.19 inches or 30.3 millimeters away. So I'm going to do that measurement over, and then we'll go ahead and drill that hole out. So there we go. Got that on the outside. That's what it will look like locked. You just pop that open and screw it. So we're gonna have to put on this catch. I made a little mark right where the lock piece hits, right in there. So this will hopefully go right there, and we will have a nice way of closing it up. So I'm gonna go grab some small screws. We'll get that placed in there, and then hopefully figure out where it needs to be from front and back. Sweet, that took some work for sure. I had to turn around the thing a couple times to try to figure out exactly where it went. I tried to put the screw right directly in the middle of that 3/4 inch upright, but the play back and forth was a little bit weird, so I had to kind of put them in at an angle then after readjusting it. So this doesn't shut by itself, you know, with that soft close hinge, so you have to turn it, but then it's locked into place. I did buy a pack of those little rubber dots so that you don't hear any of that during driving down the highway. There's nothing up here because this is like perfectly taut. It's just down here at the bottom. So there we go. That is all complete. We've got a door now, and that water cabinet is basically done. So next up, we're gonna put on that flip-up countertop on this spot. I'm not gonna do that tonight because I'm gonna need Katie to help hold it for me. So we'll see if we can make that happen in the next couple days here. All right, Katie's off work today, so we're gonna put up our flip-up countertop. She's gonna do some holding of the brackets. We've kind of marked out an even spot on each side, so we're gonna go ahead and mount those there. After the fact, after we get 3 screws in each bracket, we will mount the countertop on top of it by going up and under. I did buy a couple extensions because this piece has where you can't get your drill in without one, so we're going to go ahead and use those. All of this stuff that we're using for this is in the description down below, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested. Well, those are in, but the drill bit broke off in our countertop, and I did not foresee that happening. Well, I remembered I had a carbide bit in the hole saws that I had, so I went ahead and grabbed that. I had circled out with pencil where the holes were. This is the one I had to pull that drill bit that broke off back out. But I drilled all the other holes right where they should be, so hopefully we won't have any issues. Well, no go. I'm gonna have to run to Home Depot and see about buying a screw that will be either thinner than this one or more strong.
Okay, we're trying this again. 3rd time's the charm.
What do you know, guys? The screw head completely broke off. And this one's embedded so far in there that taking the pliers like I did with the drill bit, I cannot get it out. I did go ahead and buy some 1/2 inch screws, so hopefully the 3/4 inch just goes in too far and the 1/2 inch will do it. If we have another issue with one of them, we're just gonna go ahead and epoxy or glue, because I can't keep doing this. After all that hemming and hawing, 3 different trips to Home Depot for screws, it's set. It's all in. One of the things, there are some that don't have these sticking out once they're down. but ours does, and so it is digging up the paint, which obviously, you know, when this is all the way down, like, it doesn't vibrate or move. It's actually super solid on there, but it's actually scraping up the paint. So, you know, you don't see that when the table's down. You have to be paying attention from the doorway to see it here, but it's exciting. We have extra countertop. 66 inches of countertop now. This was a 16-inch little piece. We obviously have the sink cover that fits right on top of our sink. Still plenty of space to walk out the door. There's, from the inside with where the light switches are, it's easy to get around to turn those on and off. Definitely excited to have that put in place. There we have it. Thanks for tagging along as we built out the rest of the door and flip-up piece for our cabinet here. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell to be notified as we post new content. We'll have a lot more build videos coming your way. We're really into that final stretch, but 25% of the van left to go, so be paying attention. We'll be posting a lot. If you do want to support us outside of liking, subscribing, all that, we do have a Patreon account. I will link that up in the top corner there. Go ahead and check that out. We have 5 tiers, different things that you can you know, help support us and get perks yourself. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.